So here we are ready to start the December 18th p.m. turn. It is muddy on the ground, meaning that clear spaces cost 2 movement factors for mechanized units. Also, both the Germans and the Americans received 2 aircraft this turn. The Germans have 2 units here pocketed, and down in the south are continuing to move towards Bastogne. So down here, I think we're just going to have these units stay put for right now and continue to guard the flank. I think we're going to have these guys stay put as well. I don't have the power to push across that river right now. Let's see, what he would be doubled to 10 plus a shift, so it'd be 4, 8, 12, 12. I need to get this Nebelwerfer here over in this direction. That's about all of that. So they'll have to wait till next turn, I think, for anything to happen on that front. So up here around Bastogne, you can have these 2 regiments of the 5th Falkmannjäger Division move to there. He'll go right up the road. He'll go right up the road. Okay, so I'm going to have the 560th repair that bridge. So the 1128th of the 560th Volks Grenadier will repair that bridge this turn. Panzerlehr, remember, cannot enter the trees except at a road hex. So what I'm going to have happen is these 2 regiments of Panzerlehr are going to cross to here, which is 2 movement factors, and then they're going to run down the road to here, create a line, block the 28th off. Panzerlehr and the recon will come here for 2, and then go into Hofflies, getting them ready to cross the bridge once it's repaired. Okay, so I think I'm going to have these 2 elements of the 560th stack right there. I'm going to have the Nebelwerfer go with them. Have this guy go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down to there. They can't get to there, so they're just going to come down to here. I'm actually going to have these 2 regiments for the 560th and the Nebelwerfer go to there. And one of these guys will go boom to there. Two regiments of the 62nd will go to there. Okay. Oh. Take that back. This regiment is going to go to here and repair that bridge. So I'll put, well, he'll repair the bridge next turn. You can't move and repair a bridge in the same turn. So he'll have to do that next turn. That way I can get these Nebelwerfers and artillery across the bridge. I'll just have the Nebelwerfer hang out here and wait for the bridge to be repaired. Okay. Up here near Malmedy, what's the name of this town? I don't remember. Stavold. Anyways, they're just going to gang up on him and knock him out. And remember, he's engaged here. So he has to attack again. I'm going to have the 2 regiments of the 3rd 26th go to here in preparation across, get around behind him there. And I'll have all 3 of them go there. I'll just have the... Oh, this artillery can be in this fight because... Let me put him up top. He's out of range, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to right there. Put stack them. I'm going to right there. I'm going to right there. Okay. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is have these 2 regiments of the 1st SS come down to here. Get a couple of extra factors in on this attack. And he's just going to stay there. Piper will stay back to take him out of action. Hopefully. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. No attacks down here in the south right now. I don't have enough strength to attack there, and I just don't have enough factors around Bastogne to attack yet. I could attack here, but he'll use both artilleries, which will make it a 13, and I'll have a 16, so it'll be a 1-to-1 -1. -1 -1. You know what? I think I'll try it. I'll do a 1-to-1 -1 right here. See if I can push him off that hex. Now, I rolled a 5, which is an engaged result. So let me mark that. So we're engaged there. Not the worst thing that can happen. Okay, up here. Sorry, he moved, so he can't fire this turn. So up in here, he has 7 factors. I have 6, 11, 14, 22, 27, 36. So it's going to be a 5-to-1, brought down to a 4-to-1 for the trees, -1 for my higher endurance rating. So 4-to-1, -1. Oh, I just dropped a counter on the floor. What did I drop? 276. Oh, here he is. Sorry. Okay, so what did I say? It's going to be a 4-to-1 -1. That's a 3 result down to a 2, which is a D4 result. So he has to retreat 4 hexes. He's just going to go back to there. And what to do? You notice the Army boundary line ends right there, meaning that the 116th can actually go here and then continue down this road and get behind the 7th CCA, which I think will cause him to pull out because he doesn't want to get trapped there. So yeah, I am going to do that. I'm going to have 2 regiments of the 116th go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to right there. Have the remaining regiment. We're going to go to right here. And note, I'm not going to get beside Sam Rhee because I don't want to give the Allies a chance to blow that fuel dump. So we'll just go to right there. Yeah. Nah. We'll just stack right there. If he wants to move back here to Manhay, well, go for it. He'll get trapped there and die there. I think the best thing for him to do is just to get on out and move north, where he'll get pinned. We'll see what the Allies do. Okay, so up here, 4 doubled to 8. I have 6, 14, 20, 24, 26, 28, 32, 36. So it's going to be a 4 to 1. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, one thing I forgot to do? I forgot to check for supply. And these 2 units would be out of supply. I don't think it's really going to matter in the combat, but let's mark them. These guys would be out of supply because you cannot trace a line of supply through an enemy zone of control. So both of these guys are out of supply. And which means when you're out of supply, your combat number and your endurance rating are both brought down by 1 when you're on defense. So he actually is a 3 doubled to 6. So that's going to be 6, 14, 20, 24, 26, 30, 34, 38. So 38 to 6 is a 6 to 1. And it's going to be -1 for endurance rating because his endurance rating is lowered to 3. So 6 to 1, -1. Sorry, I'm moving my counters all over the place here. Get them stacked up again. So 6 to 1, -1. 2, which is brought down to a 1, which is a 1d3, which eliminates him. I'll take that off as well. So he's eliminated. And 3 hexes of advance. So he's just going to go down the road. 1, 2, 3. And Scoresney will follow along with him. Love this regiment, the 277th, cross the river. I think I'm going to keep these guys right where they're at. They're going to move in that direction anyways. And he'll be able to rebuild the bridge next turn. Okay, so up here, it's the same thing. He's down to 3. With an endurance rating of 3, 15, 18, well that's enough for a 7 to 1 right there on him. He's in trees, so that's lowered to a 6 to 1, -1 for endurance rating. So 6 to 1, -1. Roll the 1, which is a 1d4, 4 hexes of advance. So he's eliminated. And the Germans receive a 4 hex advance. I think I'm going to have these regiments here go 2, 3 like that. and stack on that road. Get ready to move that way. I guess we'll just have these guys stack on the objective hex. And remember, because Piper is a Tiger, well, a tank unit, he cannot advance into that Woods hex there. He can only advance or move into a Woods hex by a road. He can fire on it, he can attack into it, but he can't advance into it. I really don't want him to advance anyways. I'll just keep him on the road. So he'll stay right there. Okay, up here, the Allies have 11 factors. They're doubled across the river to 12, and they get a shift. So they are at 12. The Germans are at 10, 17, 24, 32, 40, 45. And I said that wrong. They're at 11, doubled to 22. Plus they get a shift. So I have 45 factors, which would be a 2-to-1, shifted for the town down to a 1-to-1, and no ER bonus. Well, actually, I get flanking this turn. Sorry about that. I get flanking. So it'll be a 1-to-1 -1. A 5 result, which goes down to an engaged, which is what we had last time. So these units are all engaged right here. I'm just going to put the engaged marker on top. These guys are engaged right there. Okay, so that is the end of the German turn. And the Allies have 1 unit coming in this turn on the 18 p.m. turn. It's a regiment of the 9th Infantry Division. They come in up here at Q. Come in right here. So I already know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to have them move to right there to keep these regiments from blocking off. Or let me get another engaged counter so we remember who's actually engaged there. They're all engaged right there. Okay, so let's go down here to the south and see what we're going to do here. Bastogne is in a... Bastogne's about to be surrounded. And there's not... I can either pull back or be surrounded. Those are the 2 options. First, let's move up the 101st and see where they get to. The 101st is right there. They can move 16 hexes on that road. So let's see where they're going to go to. I think I'm going to split them into 2 groups. And one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to right there. The other one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to right there. Ridgeway will go with them. Have these both artillery stack right here. As always, you always have a tough decision to make with Bastogne. You know, do you cling on to it with your last breath and risk losing regiments? Or do you pull out and let the Germans have it and, you know, form a defensive line back here near the Otha River? It's a tough spot to be in. I think I'm going to try and hold it It ties the Germans up. Look at all the forces that are arrayed around the city. So I do think I'm going to try and hold it, but the question is, do I want to move? I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to have this regiment right here. You can't really do that. I kind of want someone to go here to stop the 5th Division here from pinning him. But if I pull out there, it's going to make it easier for the 212th Volksgrenadier to cross the river and attack me. It's an interesting spot to be in, actually. Okay, I know one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to break off this engagement and have the 28th Infantry go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. Screen the artillery from the Germans. You know what? I've also got the 82nd moving up here. Let's see where the 82nd can get to. The 82nd can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I want 2 regiments to go to right there. And I think I want 16. Yeah, I want 2 regiments to come down here and protect the fuel at Samri. Samri? How do you say that? I don't know. What I'm looking at right now is up here. I kind of moved away from Bastogne. I'll come back to it. Remember, this guy here, the 7th CCA, is at risk of being surrounded. So I'm going to have him pull out and simply move to there and hold that northern road. I have good coverage here now at the dump at Samri. So this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that if I don't cover this area here, that the 116th is going to drive through this gap and try and race for the edge of the map. So I need to do something to slow them down. So I think what I'm going to do is have this regiment here go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to right there. It's not a great position for him to be in, but it will slow down any movement in that direction. Let's come back down here to Bastogne to look at it again. These guys also are interesting because I assume the move for the Germans is to simply move to there to cut off these 2 regiments of the 10th Armored Division. They could also go here and move down this road and get behind these guys. So I don't think they can hold there any longer. I think I need them to pull out. So I think what I'm going to do is have this regiment of the 10th Armored Division pull up the road to here. Keep these 2 regiments from pinning him. And I'm going to have both regiments of the 4th Infantry Division move to this rough area right here. So I've got a decent defensive position here around Bastogne. I'm holding the river here. I'm screening for the artillery. These 2 regiments of the 101st are ready to move into the town should I want them to. Now, Bastogne, if you notice, Bastogne can still be cut off by having the second armor simply move to there, and then they're cut off. But at least they'll have the artillery support. They have a general in there. They have Middleton in there with them, who Middleton can help them ignore retreat results. And they're pretty powerful. They're 16 factors, doubled to 32, plus 8 artillery, so they're at 40 factors. So right now they're pretty tough. And I'm going to be able to move a regiment of the 101st in there as well, because well, no, the Germans will be able to stop me from doing that. Let me look at something. Remember, he was here. Can he get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, he can go to here and then to there. Of course, he'll get pushed off that hex, but it will keep Bastogne from being surrounded for one turn. Yeah, but if I do that, where I really need him is right there, actually. See, if I do that, these units will peel off and attack the artillery in the open. So I still need him to screen for the artillery, right, like this. I actually had him out of position before. Here he can stop the 2nd Panzer Division, which is there with 3 regiments, including the Guards, Führer Guard, which is a great unit. Yeah, he'll slow him down from attacking the artillery. I guess Bastogne's going to get cut off this turn. There's really nothing I can do about it. Hopefully they can hold out for a couple of turns and continue to tie up the Germans there. But I can't just let them have it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So let's see how Bastogne goes in the next couple of turns. Okay, up here, I have this artillery here, go to here, so that he can provide coverage to these 2 regiments. I think this stuff is just going to stay put for right now. I want him to stay there. He's going to move to there so we can provide coverage for the units in Eupen. Yeah. And Hodges is just going to get out of here. He's going to see here. He's going to pull back to here. Okay, let me take one last look at the Allied position. They really need some more units. Let's see what they get next turn. I can't remember. Yeah, next turn they get 1 more regiment of the 1st Infantry Division, so not much. They get something. Okay, well, the Americans continue to hold precariously. Let's see how long they can keep this up. The spot of the map that I'm most worried about right now is right here in the middle. There's not a lot holding, and there's a pretty big Panzer Division there. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, that's the end of the December 18th PM turn. December 19th AM coming next. See you then.